So friends, based on some new reporting, it's pretty clear. Special Counsel Jack Smith continues to move forward on all fronts, investigating all crimes of Trump and company. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, we got some more news today about Special Counsel Jack Smith's multi-front attack on the democracy-busting crimes of Trump and company. Here is that new reporting from CNN. Headline, Special Counsel trades immunity for fake elector testimony as January 6 probe heats up. And that article begins, Special Counsel Jack Smith has compelled at least 2 Republican fake electors to testify to a federal grand jury in Washington in recent weeks by giving them limited immunity, part of a current push by federal prosecutors to swiftly nail down evidence in the sprawling criminal investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 election. The testimony comes after a year of relative dormancy around the fake electors portion of the investigation, and as a parade of related witnesses are being told to appear before the grand jury with no chance for delay. Oh, friends, there's nothing like a good witness parade. March them all through the grand jury, wring every last drop of truth out of those fake electors about Trump and company's corrupt scheme to steal the presidential election. The article continues, that activity could signal that investigators are nearing at least some charging decisions in a part of the 2020 election probe. It also comes just as the special counsel's office filed charges against former President Donald Trump for his handling of classified documents. Prosecutors initially obtained documents and interviews last spring from many of the Republicans who signed false certificates to the federal government, asserting they were the rightful electors for Trump in 7 battleground states won by Joe Biden. Prosecutors have also asked multiple witnesses recently about Trump's actions before, during, and after the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. In recent weeks, the special counsel's office has also shown interest in several members of Trump's post-election legal team who promoted baseless claims of widespread voter fraud, including his former lawyers Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell, as well as former Justice Department appointee Jeffrey Clark, who tried to help Trump's push to use the Department of Justice to overturn the election. So yes, friends, Jack Smith continues to investigate on all fronts, including, according to this CNN article, former lawyers Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell and Justice Department official Jeffrey Clark, who tried to help Trump's push to use the Department of Justice to overturn the election. That's right, DOJ official Jeffrey Clark. There he is, little Prince Underpants himself, hauled out of his house by law enforcement authorities in his underwear because a federal judge issued a search and seizure warrant after concluding there was probable cause that Jeffrey Clark had evidence of crime in his cell phone. Jeffrey Clark, a DOJ official who joined Donald Trump's dirty scheme to steal the 2020 presidential election and then tried to corrupt and weaponize the Department of Justice to implement that scheme. You know, there's a special place in court for Jeffrey Clark. It's at the defendant's table. That's where he belongs, and that is likely where he will land. Okay, now let's return to the new reporting about Special Counsel Jack Smith granting immunity to some of these Republican fake electors who tried to help Donald Trump steal the 2020 presidential election. Why would Jack Smith grant them immunity? Well, because they're nobodies. They're nobodies who committed crimes, yes, but think about it. What are the odds that Republican operatives and officials in all 7 battleground states simultaneously and coincidentally came up with the fake elector scheme? Come on, man. This was a Washington-conceived, Washington-implemented, Washington-controlled criminal operation from the top down. Jack Smith apparently made the tactical decision that it was more important to grant some of these fake electors immunity, compel them to testify in the grand jury, and lock in their testimony that very likely will incriminate Donald Trump and any number of members of his legal team. That's a tactical decision that I certainly entrust Jack Smith to make. I'm sure he's making the right decisions, the best decisions, based on the available evidence, and he has decided that it's better to grant some of these fake electors immunity and use their testimony against Trump and company than try to prosecute them all, right? Flip them all by trying them, convicting them, and then maybe wringing some truth out of them. No, he's going to wring the truth out of them up front, and he's going to use that truth to make sure he brings the best, most complete, most compelling case he can bring against Donald Trump and his legal team. The people named in that CNN article, people like Giuliani and Powell and Jeffrey Clark. Yeah, they all need to be held accountable for being part of Donald Trump's democracy-busting crimes. Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.